and welcome back to another episode of The Richter Show. In this episode, I'm actually in Mexico, and I traveled to Mexico for some personal reasons, but I wanted to give some reviews, and I wanted to give a few honest opinions and experiences that I've had since I've already been in Mexico, and this is my second time coming to Mexico, even though this was a short trip. Mostly this time I'm just going to be doing reviews of places that I went to, COVID situation, testing, because that's normally what people are asking about and are confused about, the COVID situation, the PCR test. So I'll explain that in this episode, specifically about coming to Mexico and also leaving Mexico. But before I get started, I wanted to talk about Viva Airlines, or I think it was called Viva Aerobus. I want to talk about that first. I had a complication with Delta Airlines, which it wasn't necessarily their fault. It was a weather situation, and then I got late to my flight, and then I couldn't get the second flight to go to the other part of Mexico, and there were no more flights. The next flight would have been the next day at 6 in the morning, and that was just not convenient for me for what I had to do. So what I did was that I went to another airline called Viva Aerobus. I think it is either Viva Aerobus or Viva Airlines, and I told them, hey, look, I need to fly to Mexico City right away. So they did actually help me, and they got me a plane ticket. It cost me about $128, and I was able to travel to Mexico City. Now, I wanted to review the airline itself. The airline itself, in my experience, was fast, it was easy. I didn't have a luggage, I only had a carry-on. It was one less thing that I have to worry about, one less stress situation. The flights seemed to be getting full and booked right away, maybe because some other people were doing the same thing that I was doing, or they were just simply sold out. So I was lucky enough to find one seat. The airplane was full, and the boarding was maybe, I would say, maybe 10 minutes behind schedule. But that's okay, because you always have to put a little margin of error, so I don't blame the airline for that. So obviously we were about 10 minutes late from the estimated time of arrival. But that's no problem, okay? Some things get out of control, and 10 minutes, that's no big deal. The airplane itself, I've reviewed airlines before. I flew, in this case it was business class. I was behind first class, and the airplane smelled good. It was nice and cold. The seats were comfy. Maybe because it was such a short flight, there was no entertainment on the airplane. There was no tablet, there was no game entertainment on it, but there was a link so you can use your phone and use the Wi-Fi to play either games or watch movies and shows on your phone. I didn't see really an issue with it. I just feel like it's one of those airlines that is like on the lower end, just because it's those type of planes that just take you to point A to point B really short, really quick, and it's short distances, so they don't have that much luxury on it. But I thought the plane was fine, and the seats were okay, and I felt comfortable, I felt safe. The staff, I wouldn't say they were super friendly, but you could just tell they were there just to do their job. They weren't really out and about and interacting with passengers. But when it came also to food and beverages, since I took a short flight, they didn't give you anything for free. Everything you had to pay for it. I didn't buy anything, so I'm not too sure about the prices, but obviously they're going to be expensive airline prices. So that's my review on Viva Aerobus. No issues with them. So if any employee or staff member is watching this review, actually thank you for getting me a seat so I can make it to Mexico City, since my other airline had an issue. So I have really no negative comments about that.
Shout out to the host, the Richter. This the Richter show, the Richter show.